looking at today?
Well, Adrian Beltre over the years has proven that if he stays healthy, he's one of the best run producers in anyone in baseball, especially for a third baseman. We know about the glove. He's the best third baseman in baseball.
Getting our game started, Curtis Granderson at the plate.
American League All-Stars, center fielder, number 14, Curtis Granderson.
Lincecum with the delivery. Can't get him to chase that one outside. Ball one.
A great movement on that two-seam fastball, trying to start it on the corner, running it off the plate. The hitter just laid off.
Here's a swing and a ground ball, and Cano picks it up. One away. Here's a look at how the Yankees will match up defensively. Infield, outfield factors in this one, John.
Well, when you have a monster bat like Jose Bautista, you look for so many ways to get him out on the field. And it makes the manager's job a lot easier when your best offensive player is willing to play different positions. It adds a lot of flexibility to the team. It also tells your guys that if they ask a lesser player to move position, he can't complain when your best player does it.
And Lincecum out in front. No balls, 2 strikes.
He likes to try to make contact 0-2 and not get struck out, so that means you can't throw anything too close to the plate right here.
Swung out and missed as Drupal Cabrera goes down strike 3.
So a good sequence of pitches right there, using location and selection to get the strikeout.
Here's Adrian Gonzalez batting with 2 down. Started to go around. He held up in time, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. And he saws him off as this one's hit on the ground. And he's out at first. Good hustle by the pitcher getting off the mound.
That's a good heads-up play. You know, you have to know the hitter and his speed. Don't hesitate. Get over and beat him to the bag.
And out on the mound, we've got Felix Hernandez.
Number 3.
He'll be the starter for the AL All-Stars. Steve, what do you think his strategy is going to be against this Yankees lineup?
Well, it's a phenomenal lineup right here. That's why this outstanding right-hander is going to have to be on top of his game to be able to neutralize some of their big bats and get the outs he needs. He has to work ahead of the count, or they'll make him pay.
Strike 1 to Tulowitzki. Hit on the ground. Picked up by Gonzalez. And that's out number 1, stepping in the bag. Now we'll take a look at the lineup for the Yankees. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, you want excitement out on the diamond. Troy Tulowitzki is your guy. A big shortstop at 6'3". He can hit for power. He can hit for average. One of the best hitters in the game today.
Take this moment for a look at the AL defensive setup. And John, any scouting picks?
Well, I love watching Robinson Cano play the position of second base. The way he turns a double play, he has no equal in baseball. But it's just that smooth, nonchalant way he goes about it. But you know the intensity's there. And you watch that arm, there's none better at his position.
Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
Well, you know, Matt Kemp was poised for a big season after his great start in April. Thought he might slow down, but he kept it going all season long.
Out number 2. Chance here comes with 2 away for Robinson Cano. Cano's going to foul it away. Cano not fooled by that. Count is evened up.
He went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
swing, hot shot. That falls in. First hit of the ball game for this club.
Well, with 2 outs and no one on base, chances of scoring a run seem pretty scarce, but they get that 2-out hit. Now they have some life.
Runner on first now for Albert Pujols. Swung and a fly ball. It goes foul. That swung on, hit on the ground. On that one eats him up. But he recovers in time, makes the play. Good work. No runs on a hit. Jose Bautista will lead it off.
Number 19, Jose Bautista.
Oh, Bautista got good wood on this. Gone! Goodbye home run. And the first run of the ball game. Wow, it comes on a solo home run and a 1-0 lead.
Getting out front's important. It changes the whole dynamic of the game. Your pitcher feels comfortable, and it puts all kind of pressure on the opposition.
Ball one started off the at-bat. It's 1-0. This is, Steve, I guess, with that big fly, the inning these guys were hoping for.
Well, that's exactly right, Gary. I mean, you want to have the big inning. When you get that opportunity, put a number up on the board.
That one fouled off by Hamilton.
Oh!
Lincecum with the delivery. Good time to call for that changeup. 1-2.
Well, if he threw a fastball right there, he might send a souvenir to the crowd. Problem was he got the changeup and didn't connect.
Nice reflexes there to keep that one under control. That one was in the dirt. Yeah, that one is swung on and missed, and Josh Hamilton ends his AB.
Let's see this one again in KK. It's a changeup.
Adrian Beltre.
Now batting with one down, Adrian Beltre. It's hit foul by Beltre.
Foul!
0-1. Lincecum kicks and deals. And Adrian Beltre looks at that one for a ball. It'll even it up.
Well, he starts that two-seam fastball on the inside corner, but it just runs in on the hands just off the plate.
Fastball gets away from him there. 2-1.
Well, this guy's prepared on the mound. He knows what the reports indicate. He knows this 2-1 count is a critical juncture.
Swung on, hit. And that gets it done. Beltre, a base hit. That brings up David Ortiz.
Well, he throws that fastball right down the middle and comes right back at him up the middle. Good piece of hitting. Not trying to do too much with it.
Lincecum with the delivery. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Up the middle. Now we got a moment here to take a look at that one again, Steve. Great job all around.
Well, defense running on all cylinders out there right now. It's coming together.
Chance here comes with 2 away for Robinson Cano. First pitch, a slider for a called strike.
Well, you see the breaking ball on the inside part of the plate tying up the hitter. That's a pitcher's pitch. All you can do is hope to foul that one off.
Smash towards the middle, and that'll put Cano on first.
Coming to bat for the American League.
They tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate, and he took advantage of it.
Avila will get his chance at the plate now. And Lincecum no luck with that pitch upstairs. The 1-0 pitch. That's inside. Avila watches it.
Well, a good pitch right there. He tried to get one in on his hands, but he just missed, though, in off the plate. Great pitch.
Pitch misses. Ball 3. Now Alex Avila. He can afford to take 1, maybe 2 here.
Well, this is awful right here. He's falling behind this hitter 3-0. Let's see if he can come back to get him.
Now Alex Avila has the 3-1 count. Now the 3-1. Thought he might have had ball 4, but it's called strike, and it goes to 3-2.
What an outstanding pitch. Changing speeds, hitting your spots. Throw that changeup away.
Swung on and popped way up high. This one to Tulowitzki. That one's grabbed, side retired. Getting things going early. They get a run in the second. The American Leaguers lead it 1-0. And here's Miguel Cabrera to lead it off.
Miguel Cabrera.
Cabrera will foul that one away. Foul ball! That one swung on, hit in the air deep to left field. As he drops back and puts it away.
Well, I followed the scouting report. They moved the outfielders back before the play, and they were in exactly the right position to be able to make the catch. Good coaching.
And it's Jose Bautista in the box now.
You want to look at a one-man wrecking crew, just take a peek at Jose Bautista's stats last year. He could do nothing wrong and just put up big numbers in every category.
Bautista, that's going to be a foul ball. Jose Bautista, we're talking about the numbers. How about the fact, along with the home runs, 103 RBIs, he hit over 300. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. And Hamilton's going to play it. And he gets over and pulls it in for the out.
Designated hitter, number 6.
With 2 down, it'll be Carlos Gonzalez. Grounder up by Beltre. And that'll put Gonzalez on first. He's going to try to stretch it. And that'll bring out Brian McCann.
Well, you would have to think with the speed that's on first base right now that they'll put him in motion to try to make things happen here in this game. But there's not a lot of catchers.
Swung on, that is hit. And that'll put McCann on at first. Terrific opportunity right now for the Yankees.
Number 2. A real good approach at the plate right here, thinking about going back up the middle. He gets a fastball a little bit inside, but able to just punch it up the middle for a base hit.
And Jacoby Ellsbury to bat. No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez. A fly ball. This one beyond him. It's going to be extra bases. It rolls all the way to the wall. Gonzalez scores. And Steve, this one turns into a nice 1-run RBI.
You leave a pitch up in the zone like that, hitters are going to hammer it. That's what happened. Run scored, another runner on base.
2 out and 2 on Troy Tulowitzki. Well, they did not want to get too far behind in this ball game, so the importance of the production here is to get themselves even.
Well, they bounced right back and tied this baby up with that one, Gary.
Hernandez gets set and delivered up the middle. And yet another hit there, seeing the ball well. And there it is. That's the tie-breaking run. They're ahead.
They're just keying off right now. 4 straight hits, and clearly this offense is locked in.
So Matt Kemp comes up with a couple on. And with the lead, this lineup looks as though they're ready to do some more damage. Still a ways to go, but pitching's going to catch up here. Set bat underway, 1-0 after that first pitch missed. Ready with a 1-0. Back up the middle. And that's going to be another hit for them. And Ellsbury's on his way home. And Ellsbury comes in to score. Probably thinking about the matchups here as we check the bullpen. Left-handers throwing.
Oh, that's right. I think they're getting him loosened up to face the hitter in the on-deck circle.
Boy, this lineup, they are hot right now. The chances, they are productive. So Robinson Cano thinking a line shot into center field. And Granderson grabs that one, and the side's retired. A strike for 5 base hits in this inning and 3 runs up. Yankees leading.
For the American League.
And here's Curtis Granderson. First pitch on the way.
Curtis Granderson.
Granderson, he'll foul it away. Lincecum with the delivery. Hit in the dirt. Picked up by Tulowitzki. That's one away.
For the American League
Now batting with one down as Cabrera.
Now, Tim Lincecum, that big strikeout pitcher, dominating stuff, great deception in his delivery. In each full season, he's been well over 200 strikeouts, and in close to or above the 250 strikeout mark. An amazing arm.
And for Lincecum, just the name alone has hitters shaking when he's going to be on the mound. Nobody wants to face him, which makes it even tougher to go up against.
You know, hitters try to make adjustments with him, but he's got so many different pitches that he can throw at any time in the count with deception. They don't know what's coming. He keeps them guessing.
Got him there. That was a nice strikeout.
When you're getting guys out with 3 pitches, you know you're dominating.
That's a time when you know you are definitely in the zone, and he was on that at bat. Here's Adrian Gonzalez batting with 2 down. Taps this one foul off to the left. He deals. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. That gets down. That'll put him on the tying run up. That will bring up Jose Bautista.
0-1 mistake right here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
Steve, let's take a look at his pitching performance.
You know, when he's throwing the ball down on his own like this, these lefty hitters have to stay behind the ball to drive it. They just don't seem able to do that. They keep swinging and hitting the top part of the ball.
And that's in there at the letters for a strike.
He wanted to go down and away with that slider, but he left it up and away, had just enough movement on it to get the strike.
Pitch on the way.
1-1.
Jose Bautista watches that one go by. A ball evens the count.
Well, he starts that 2-seam fastball in the inside corner, but it just runs in on the hands just off the plate.
Sharp bite to that slider. 1-2. Change up tough to lay off, and it's 2-2. There's a ground ball, and Pujols fields it. And that is not in time. He's aboard at first. Oh, and a wild throw. Josh Hamilton looking for a knock to get a run in here. And you know, any great pitching coach will emphasize the importance of mixing up your pitch types. And a ground ball. Cabrera. He'll throw on to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. So they pick up no runs, 1 hit, and strand a couple. The Yankees still out in front. And Pujols in the box.
Number 5.
And here's the first one. This one is popped up to the left side out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez swung on, hit. That will bring Miguel Cabrera up.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to...
And Pujols is going to steal. And he's in there at second base.
Look, he doesn't have a real big lead off of first base, but sometimes that's good because it means you don't think they're going to throw over, so you can concentrate on getting a good jump. It worked for him.
There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. Oh, and he bobbles this thing, but he stays with it, gets the out. That's how you do it. We'll see Jose Bautista with a man on second. See if he's getting balls or strikes here. Let's take a look. You go hit up the middle. Oh, man, that hit the pitcher. Oh, they're scrambling. And the throw is too late. He's in there, an infield single. And that will bring Carlos Gonzalez to the plate.
The infield played it deep like they knew he was going to swing away. He did, but was still able to find the hole.
He singled and later scored in his last time up. Bautista's on at first. Pujols at second. It's hit foul by Gonzalez.
Foul ball!
No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez.
Foul ball!
Gonzalez fights off another pitch. Hernandez gets set and delivered. Hit hard to second. Gets one at second. Whoa, they just bumped. Oh, boy, they collide at the plate. And he is out. Oh, my, what a scene. The catcher blocking the plate. Pick up a couple of hits in the inning, but do not score. Yankees 3. And it's Adrian Beltre to lead us off. And the fans got to move to the front of their seats when he comes to the plate. And the fourth inning underway. It is an 0-1 count.
I'll tell you what, people pay money to watch the power hitters, and that's why the stars make the most money, because they hit the ball out of the ballpark, Gary.
He makes contact, line drive. And it is in there. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate. That brings up David Ortiz.
Well, good piece of hitting right there. And anytime you get your first hitter of the inning on base, it could set up the potential for a big inning.
Lined out in his last at bat. Lays off that one, outside edge, and it's a strike. How's he using the strike zone to his advantage? Here's a quick look at how he's been mixing locations.
And usually when this guy's missing, he's not missing inside, but that's what inside edge shows, where he's missing most of his pitches in this one.
And David Ortiz misses strike 3.
When you love what he did right there, there's no time wasted. Let's go right after him and sit him down.
That's about keeping a hitter off balance, and he certainly did there.
Well, just a hello, how you doing, and see you later.
And here's Robinson Cano. Let's see if he can notch another one. He's gone 1 for 1 tonight off Lincecum.
Well, I saw the breaking ball last time up and didn't seem to hesitate putting a good swing on it and getting a hit. He's got to consider maybe going a different approach right here and saving the breaking ball for later in the game.
At the belt, the 1-0. Curveball, a lot of down on that one. Ended up in the earth. Good pitch that time. That had him out in front of it, and it's 2-1.
Well, he's real aggressive on a 2-1 count, Gary, so I'm figuring I'm going to use that aggressiveness against him and see if I can't get him to chase my pitch.
And Cano works that count to 3-1.
Well, anytime you have a count 3-1 in your favor as the hitter, you're looking for a pitch in a little box in the location you want to. If he throws it in there, you better be ready and get a good hack at it. Well, a lot of hitters like that ball middle in, but middle off the plate, that's a tough pitch to hit. It tells you just how strong this guy is to be able to fight that pitch off to get that hit.
This is an RBI chance for Alex Avila. Swings and misses at the curve, 0-1.
Oh, what a great curveball right there. You see how he fooled the hitter and got him way out in front.
Here's the pitch. Good eye by Alex Avila as he lays off that pitch, and that'll even up his count.
Well, you rarely see a pitcher try to throw a changeup inside. You know that was a mistake right there. He's going to have to straighten that pitch up or he's going to get hurt.
Swings and grounds this one foul, wide of third.
Well, a great piece of hitting right there to stay alive in this at-bat. A tough pitch. He fouls it off. Now he's hoping that the pitcher will make a mistake so he can drive one.
Well, he finished that one off with a strikeout. Nice pitch. It's a big spot for a strikeout with that runner out there at second.
A second base, and you're looking for the strikeout, and he got it. 5-pitch at-bat. Unbelievable job.
Curtis Granderson will get a shot at it with 2 on. Ground out victim last time through. Too far outside, 1-0. The 1-0 now. Swing and a miss by Granderson. That'll knot that count up.
Well, he recognized that two-seamer. It seemed like his timing was right there, but he tried to turn on it and just came up empty.
A 1-1 delivery, a curve in there. Now it's 1-2.
Now you can see that big curveball just give the jelly leg to the hitter. He was way out in front of it and had no chance of swinging at it.
Foul! Granderson, he'll foul it away. And Curtis Granderson swinging through it. He's gone. Another fine inning for Tim Lincecum. His great work on the mound continues through 4. And the Yankees, it'll be their turn coming up. They'll be looking to the leadoff batter later on in this inning, another AB. And it's Brian McCann. He's ready to start the home half here in the 4th inning. Towards center field. 1 down.
For the New York Yankees, left fielder Number 2.
And it's Jacoby Ellsbury now, one away.
2010 had to be a difficult year for Jacoby Ellsbury. Only 18 games. Tried to come off the DL, battling back from that rib injury. Just never got anything going. Had to miss most of the entire season.
2 away.
Shortstop. Number 3.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki. He'll bat with 2 down. And an RBI single his last time to the plate. Hernandez gets set and delivered. That's swung on a liner here. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact.
Well, the inning is never over with this team. 2 outs, they get that guy on first base with that big hit. Another guy gets on base. This could set up a big rally.
So a chance here from Matt Kemp with 2 down. Had a base. He said his last time up. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And that's going to be a base hit for Kemp. Fantastic chance here.
Well, anytime your pitcher gives up 10 hits, there's a pretty good chance he doesn't have a lot going for him in the game. And I think if I'm the manager, I'm going to head out there and bring the hook with me.
And Robinson Cano to bat. Flew out last time. And he'll step on first to retire the side. Only 5.
Up to the plate.
And Cabrera settles in. And taking a look here, the pitch types that he's thrown today that swung on, hit on the ground. Cano. That's 1 down.
Nice, easy, soft ground ball to second. Doesn't have any trouble at all that one. And retires him at first base.
And it's Adrian Gonzalez now with 1 away. Already 1 hit. A swing, and he crunches this one. Deep right center field. Tell it goodbye. They trim a bit off that deficit with that solo homer, coming to within 1.
Come from behind wins are tough to get, especially against this team, but they're a little bit closer right now. They got the feeling.
He heads all the way back to the warning track and gets the out. Now with 2 outs, a chance here for Josh Hamilton. Here's the first pitch. That one fouled off by Hamilton. The pitch. Hamilton isn't fooled by that pitch, and the count is evened up.
For some reason on the 1-1 count, he really likes to be aggressive. I'd have to try to work off the corners a little bit and see if I can't get it off the center of his bat.
Breaking ball, can't find the zone, 2-1.
He's dragging his arm on his curveball, and the ball just hanging up in the zone. He's got to pull it through.
And Josh Hamilton works that to a hitter's count, 3-1.
Well, you've got to be careful right here. Look, you're down in the count 3-1. You just can't throw something in there and hope he gets himself out. This guy's too dangerous for that.
And that is in there. The tying run is on base. That's going to bring up Adrian Beltre.
Well, this guy's always a threat to go. He steals a lot of base. So they're going to have to keep a close eye on him, and maybe they'll make a mistake to the hitter paying attention to the runner.
2 for 2 in the game. And that breaks low, and it even ends up in the dirt.
Best series behind you, man.
Here's the pitch. And he looks at a slider that's in there, 1-1.
Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
And McCann's calling for the pitch. Swings for a strike on the fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
Ground ball. Picked up by Tulowitzki. Throws on to first. Side is retired. Narrow their deficit a bit. They pick up a run on the dinger. And the Yankees, it'll be their turn coming up. And so Albert Pujols leading it off. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And starts him out here. And Hernandez got him to go around on that one. First strike. His last at bat, he picked up a single off Hernandez.
You know, he might want to go to the four-seam fastball again, but after the hit he gave up the last time, you may want to wait till the right time in the count to go there.
Here's the pitch. Oh, Pujols, he got all of that. And he drops back to the warning track to pull it in.
Third baseman.
So with one away, it'll be Miguel Cabrera. And a moment here to see how this pitcher has been mixing up his pitches.
Well, you know, guys, he's definitely leaning towards that slider a little more than he usually does.
You know, John, you're right. The pitch I'd like to see him utilize more is the two-seam fastball. Get some movement on it and try to get it off the center of the bat.
Miguel Cabrera.
Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Cabrera will foul that one away. No balls, 1 strike. Hernandez. And with 2 strikes on him now, Cabrera needs to be protective of that zone.
Well, that two-seam fastball down and away, it's awfully tough to center that ball and make solid contact. That time he couldn't even make any contact.
A swing line to left center. And Cabrera's got himself a hit. That will bring up Jose Bautista. Steve, looked like that was a strike. Ball was up high, but I think in the zone.
Well, up and away, but on an 0-2 count, you're thinking, I need to make contact. Exceptional job of eye-hand coordination.
Base hit his last time.
When you play at third base, you have to expect the ball to get on you quickly, but I don't think anybody expects it to get on you that quickly.
Carlos Gonzalez has got a runner on first. Bounced into a fielder's choice his last time. And in there, he's 2 for 3 today. Terrific opportunity right now for the Yankees.
Number 16, Ryan McCann.
Gonzalez leading off first. Cabrera's holding on at second. A smash between short and third. And that's the third out. Beltre grabs it.
Batting.
David Ortiz leads it off. No luck for him last time. He struck out swinging against Linsky.
You've got to go with what's made you successful. That four-seamer successful. The last time they matched up, I bet he goes right back to it.
Well, that pitch is looking good for him. Along with this guy, he's gotten 2 others to go down. He's used that pitch for the put-away pitch.
Here's the delivery. And Ortiz misses. That's going to be strike 3.
You take a look at the pitch sequence right there. 3 straight quality strikes.
Well, tight games like this, you get going late. You love to get these outs as quickly as you can.
Well, quickly and efficiently, and the best way to do it is a strikeout. No room for error right there. Gets the big one on 3 pitches.
What away. Let's get a look at Robinson Cano. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. To left center. This one to Ellsbury. Able to glide over. Not much of a problem on that one.
Well, in this situation, coming into the game a little bit cold, you're going to do anything you can to get on base. You need base runners.
Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And that gets the tying run on board.
Now batting.
Well, anytime you're sitting on the bench, it's hard to tell what a pitcher's really throwing unless you get in that batter's box. You come off the bench very cold like he was and delivers. That is huge.
So with 2 outs in the inning, here's Curtis Granderson. Here's the first pitch. Called strike from Lincecum, and the count is now 0-1.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
1-1.
Good eye by Curtis Granderson late. He's off and we're even.
Well, looking at this guy's pitch count, he's up over 80 pitches thus far. You wonder how long they're going to let him go.
Swing and a miss on the slider. 1-2.
Well, it looks like a fastball coming out of the pitcher's hands. As soon as you start to swing, all of a sudden it starts running in on your knuckles. Great pitch and a bad swing.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the side's retired. A good inning from Tim Lincecum. Pitching well, 8 strikeouts for him. And the Yankees, it'll be their turn coming up. It's Jacoby Ellsbury to lead us off. Well, let's take a moment here to see the breakdown of the pitches that have yielded hits.
Well, guys, you see that two-seam fastball? That pitch has been hit 5 times, so these hitters are seeing it consistently.
You know, with the hits he's given up off of that pitch and the runs that have come in, you take that away, and he's in a lot better shape, but you're not able to do that, and that's why the box score looks like it does.
Here's the 1-0. That one's drilled to short. One away.
Number 3, Troy Tulowitzki.
And Troy Tulowitzki, he'll dig in with 1 away.
2 straight all-star games for Troy Tulowitzki, and as I look around the league, I'm not sure if there's a better shortstop in the game right now.
Fouled off, and for Tulowitzki, definitely have the argument he is the elite shortstop, and even maybe one of the game's line towards second, and in there for a base hit. He's 3 for 4 today.
Now batting.
Warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make.
Oh, Tulowitzki trying to steal. Kemp puts it on the ground. 2 retired here.
I thought they had a shot at a double play right there, but at least they got 1 out. But now a runner is still in position at second base. Well, this is the kind of situation where Robinson Cano
swung on, liner to right, and he gets that one down. His second hit, 2 for 4 today. And And Tulowitzki comes home. Good pitch down low, Steve, but a better at bat.
Well, he did a real nice job going down in the swing to get that low ball, to be able to pick up the hit.
And it's Albert Pujols in the box now.
Well, they had to go to the bullpen much earlier than they anticipated, but the starter wasn't getting it done, and you can't let this game get away from it.
Well, they definitely got a rhythm going right now. Each player feeding off the other.
Here, we just saw a big hit right there, and it points out how critical it is at this time of the game to have somebody who can step up and get the job done in a clutch situation. And now it comes down to, can their bullpen hold this lead?
And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. So they score once on 2 hits, 1 man left. Yankees up 2.
Now up to the plate.
As Drupal Cabrera leading it off. You know, any great pitching coach will tell you that you got to keep the batters guessing. Swinging on pitches that may not be strikes, that's a major key. Here's a look at that trend and how it's gone.
Well, he's got a very nice job so far, Gary, in this game. You know, John, a big part of his success, hitters chasing pitches out of the zone. The undisciplined lineup is really helping him out today.
But one of the most telling stats is when you've got your command on any given day, Steve, you've got a chance to be successful, and these guys are chasing everything.
0-1, Lincecum kicks and deals. And that's a strike, as Drupal Cabrera is going to have to take a defensive stance here.
Here in the 7th inning right now, nobody out. This is the time to get things going. You're down 2 runs. Make up the ground right now. Don't wait. You know, the pressure mounts. Plus, you get late in the game, you're going to see their best reliever coming in. This is the time to do it. K-Cam presents the 2-seamer. Take a look.
And it's Adrian Gonzalez now with 1 away. He has been on it tonight. 2 for 3 off Lincecum.
Well, he saw that big 12-6 curveball last.
There's a swing and contact. This one to Kemp. That one's caught.
Up to the plate for the American League All-Stars, right fielder
Jose Bautista. He's at the plate for 2 down. He homered back in inning number 2. First pitch on the way. Headed for the middle. Oh, that'll move you on the mound. He just barely got out of the way.
Well, late in the game and you're behind by a few runs, you're going to need base runners, and a 2-out base hit right here. This team needs to string a few more together if they want to try to tie this one up.
It's Josh Hamilton. And Lincecum's pitch gets too close. That'll be taken for a ball.
Well, you saw the catcher right there setting up inside, and the pitcher just missed off the plate. Still a pretty good pitch, though.
It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. He watched that fastball that was in there.
Scouting reports indicate when the count is 1-1, he's really aggressive. So I'm being real careful on this pitch.
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. Kemp will field. That'll do it as they put that one away. So Tim Lincecum heads to the dugout.
Now up to the plate.
And here's Miguel Cabrera to lead it off. Trying to get here, just 1 for 3 thus far. Cabrera will foul that one away. Wieters calling the pitch. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field. And Hamilton's going to play it. He has to back up for it. Comes away with the out.
Well, they followed the advanced scouting reports to a T. They played the outfielders back that time, and he hit it right into the teeth of the defense.
Now batting with 1 down, Jose Bautista. Lined out last time up. Swing and a miss on that curveball. It's 0-1.
Well, if you've done your homework, you know how you're going to attack this guy. You got to go with the slider here.
He fouls that one off. Wilson gets set. There's a swing and a ball hit high in the air, deep into right field. And goodbye, home run, and the Yankees have extended the lead. The 2-run lead is turned into a 3-run ball game after that solo shot and a great swing. Well, you can clearly see that pitch was away, but not far enough away.
I tell you, most hitters lose their power when they extend their arms that far and a pitch away from them. This guy's strong. Well, Yankees continuing to score here, Gary. Credit the offensive charge.
Number 6.
And Gonzalez settles in for his AB, first pitch. And Wilson outside the zone. That's going to be a ball. And Steve, looks like this is right where you want to do it, towards the end of the ball game. That's a very big hit.
Well, this is the point where the pitcher needs to bowl his neck and make a statement by shutting them down. He's got to go after this next hitter.
Gonzalez watches it low for a ball.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location, and believe me, very difficult to hit.
It's hit foul by Gonzalez. There's a swing and a line drive. And that'll put Gonzalez on first. He's trying for second. They're going to have to quit making so many throws if they're going to get this guy out. Uh-oh, here we go. There's the throw. Uh-oh, he's going back. And they're still going after him. And he's out. All that confusion and running around and no luck. And it's Brian McCann in the box now. Trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. McCann makes contact, fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike. Here's Wilson. McCann again with a foul ball. Strike 3 swung on by Brian McCann, and he is gone. So they pick up a run on the home run and add to their lead. Yankees working with a 3-run lead. And it's Adrian Beltre to lead us off. 2 for 3 thus far.
Adrian Beltre.
Lincecum with the delivery. Fastball is high, 1-0.
Obviously getting late right now, Gary, and I think that from the pitching perspective, you'll trade an out for a run at this stage of the game, understanding.
Swings and hits this one deep down the line and left. This one to Ellsbury. As he drops back and puts it away.
Well, this ball was well struck, but it stays in the ballpark. The left fielder's able to range back and make the catch.
So with 1 away, here's David Ortiz. Struck out swinging his last time up. And Lincecum's pitch gets too close. That'll be taken for a ball.
Well, trailing right now, down 3 runs. You got 1 out here in the 8th. You got 5 outs left is the way you have to look at it. They need base runners. Get people on and hope somebody runs into one. A 3-run deficit, not too much to overcome.
The 1-1 pitch. Ortiz, rips it. Gone, a home run. They wish that homer had been chased in a couple more. They'll take it, though, only down 2.
Come from behind win. They're tough to get, especially against this team, but they're a little bit closer right now. They got the feeling.
And it'll be Takahashi doing the pitching. As the Yankees turn to him in relief.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those decisions you can go either way. He's pitched pretty well to this point, but it is getting late. Do you want to take any chances? Manager decides to go to the pen.
Swung on line to right center field. That is in. It's going to bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, anytime you bring in a relief pitcher to come in a key situation, the last thing you want to do is for him to serve one up to the first hitter. That's exactly what he did, giving up that big base hit.
It's going to be Wieters. Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
Well, the two-seamer has his timing way off. He swung and missed. Swung way too early.
That one's on the ground, but he gets it in front of him. Boy, excellent movement to the cutter, and it's 1-2. On On the ground, played by Pujols. He's out at first base. Nice play in the cover.
That's a well-executed play right there, Gary. Hustled over, got to first base, touched the bag.
Thought he might have had a strikeout there, but he's involved in the out anyway. And Curtis Granderson up. Hasn't had much success yet in this game. He's hoping to get something this time.
Not a lot of speed out at second base, Gary, so I don't suspect the stolen base is in order here. He needs to get a good secondary lead, though, so he can score on a base hit.
Screwball misses badly, 1-0. There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. That one falls. Cano will try and score. And Cano scores. Granderson's going to try and get third. He throws. And he's in there at third ahead of the play.
Now the hitter makes an adjustment going down on the pitch at the bottom of the strike zone and drives it here.
And you get a run scored if you're in that at-bat. What you want to do is make contact. He did. That pays off. And Cabrera settles in. You're looking at a lot of determination right now. They are closing in. These are crucial at-bats. Well, he couldn't keep that under control. Hit a guy and put him on base. Now, Adrian Gonzalez. The offense opening here. Another shot at it. Looked like a cutter that time for a called strike.
You always want to get that first strike in there as a pitcher because now you can execute your plan to put the guy away.
Up the middle. Wow, that was close. Right back up the middle. Almost got him. And he scores, and we are tied. Let's see what the RBI means for their win expectancy.
Jose Bautista.
Well, he's having himself a day right here in this one. 2-out hit right there. That's his third hit of the game so far.
Here's where you want this big bat. Jose Bautista will stand in. You got to credit this lineup at an important part of the ball game. They've come back to tie this thing up. What a time to do it.
Gary, we just saw a quality at bat. They capitalized on the opportunity. And now an opportunity to pull ahead here in this game. So outstanding clutch hitting.
And doing the pitching, it's going to be Aroldis Chapman as the Yankees turn to him in relief. A swing line to left center. And there's Ellsbury for the third out. They come up with 3 runs here and have drawn even. Now the Yankees. This is the bottom half of the 8th. Yankees fought.
For the New York
And Jacoby Ellsbury to bat. Drove in a run earlier in the game.
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. Picked up by Gonzalez. And they get him at first base. Good hustle by the pitcher to get over there.
Now great work by the pitcher there. He normally not called upon to play first base. He does a nice job completing the task and getting the out.
And Troy Tulowitzki to bat. 3 for 4 thus far. Swing and a liner to right center. In there, and this is going to be trouble. All the way to the wall. Tulowitzki on his way to third.
Well, he just continues to swing a hot bat in this one. Is that 4 hits for him now? Yes, it is.
Now Matt Kemp. Big opportunity here for the Yankees. And from the dugout, they call for the 4 out of the strike zone. This will be an intentional 3 pitch.
Pick your poison, and extra base runners less concerning than the way this guy's swinging the bat.
Batting, Robinson Cano. He's got a chance, a great chance here. 0-1 count as that started off with a strike. Swing and a rocket towards short. And it gets down to Tulowitzki heading to the plate. And he comes in to score, and they have snatched that lead. They're trailing in this ball game right now, but they want to keep the options open. 2 right-handers warming up.
Well, they have to bring somebody in who's not just coming in to get work, but let the guy come in and shut the door and try to give the offense a chance to come back.
Now the opportunity, Albert Pujols. Well, you always hope you can get this offense going late in the ball game. They have, and they've got a lead.
Well, they needed that one right there, Gary. That was a big at-bat. Now they have the lead. Not only can add on to it, too. Take the pressure off the late inning.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. And he cannot come up with it. And here's Cano for the plate. And they score him.
Well, this is what run producers do in situations. They find a way to pick up the run any way they can. He hits into the out, but gets the RBI.
Here's where you want this big bat. Jose Bautista will stand in. Steve, we've seen them continue to charge it up at the plate, and it doesn't look like they're going to be stopped.
Well, they needed that one right there, Gary. That was a big at-bat. Now they have the lead. Now they're looking to add on to it, too. Take the pressure off the late inning pitching.
And batting, Carlos Gonzalez. And he needs to come through here with two. Swung on, lined over the first baseman's head. And that'll put Gonzalez on first. And Cano scores. And Pujols also comes home. Production? Oh, the Yankees have found it, and they're keeping it going.
Gotta love the approach right there, Gary. Never letting up. Going for two out of the box.
And a little bit of the element of surprise, I think, Steve, because where that ball landed is not a common area to take an extra base.
You know what? You have to take advantage of opportunities or create opportunities. That's what he did right there.
McCann in the box now. Well, they've definitely got a rhythm going right now. Each player feeding off the other.
Well, they're taking advantage of add-on time, and the opportunities are there. They're cashing in, adding on to this lead.
And you hope the pitcher's a little frustrated, right? Oh, and they're going to try for the double steal. Oh, and there they go. McCann makes contact, fouls it off. McCann again with the foul ball.
Well, you're told with an 0-2 count to spread out your stance and to choke up on the bat so you can put the ball.
Hit on the ground. And Cano picks it up. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. They push across 4 big runs on 3 hits, and there are 2 left on. Yankees leading now. They've got the momentum. And here's Josh Hamilton leading it up. He's had 1 hit 4 times up. Hit in the air to center field. And in there, at least for a single as it gets down. That's going to bring up Adrian Beltre.
Well, a good start to this inning, but let's see if the guys behind him, after he starts out this inning with the single, can follow up and finish.
There's a swing and a ground ball. And he grabs this one. 1 away.
I thought they had a shot at a double play right there, but at least they got 1 out. But now a runner in scoring position at second base.
Runner on second. RBI opportunity. Hit sharply towards the hole.
Well, that's hit number 15 in them for that one. And, boy, you get 15 hits in a game. The manager can just sit back and relax and watch his team work.
Had a couple of hits, 4 trips to the plate. And that's high for a ball. Chapman not getting it in.
Well, he tried that 4-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
I think there's an issue of how much is left in his tank right here, so that bullpen's going to get active. Here's a swing and a liner to left center. And it's in there, so Cano knocks in the run.
Coming to bat for the American
This
League
team just
All-Stars.
won't go away. They're not going to make it easy. They're going to have to earn this win. Now it's just a 3-run game.
Here he is, Matt Wieters. Very important production we've seen. They still need some more, but they're starting to get it done. First pitch he let go by, and it was a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Misses outside for ball 2. Smashes that one towards the shortstop. Tulowitzki able to pull that one in.
Now, this shortstop makes it look easy, but there's nothing easy about that. Those hard line drives often are like knuckleballs coming at him, but he made the play. Curtis Granderson has that look in his eyes. He wants to deliver for his team. That's why they respect him so much, and why they like him up in these kind of situations.
Last time up, triple home run. Boone Logan's going to be pitching. He's going to be pitching as the closer for New York. And it's 0-2. Granderson, short swinger anyway, will just look to contact here.
Well, 0-2 count. He likes to go to the slider. Pretty good pitch for him. It's his put-away pitch.
The 1-2 on its way. And he strikes him out, and this ball game is over. They could not get that potential tying run on base.
Well, things came together for New York today. A lot of contributions from different players, and leads them on to victory.
We take a look at our player of the game, delivering the goods for the ball club in this contest. Great performance. What a chance to watch a tremendous game from Carlos Gonzalez.
But one of the biggest jobs of the manager is putting guys in situations where they can be successful, and that's what happened in this one today. A consummate professional hitter, he throws a good at-bat out there, and that's why he's our player of the game.
And Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
This is Gary Thorne with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. Hope you had a great time, as good as we did. Then you're all set. See you next time.